back at it again. And as we all know, there has been an agenda being pushed in our school system. And I've got a couple videos here that are going to be exposing more of that situation going on. As you guys know, more and more people have been coming out, and it has been fantastic to see that people are standing up to the woke BS. But before we get into that, make sure you guys hit that like button. And if you are not subscribed to the channel already, hit that subscribe button and join the family. All right, join the family. If you guys are not following me on social media, highly encourage you to do so. Those links are down below in the description box. Instagram, Twitter, Truth Social, Discord server, all of that good stuff is down below. All right. And with that being said, let's dive in.
I think the Board of Education and those sitting on the panels are thieves.
Oh.
I think they're liars and have committed treason against our children. Stop indoctrinating our children. Stop teaching our children to hate the police. Stop teaching our children that if they don't agree with the LGBT community, that they're homophobic. You have no idea each child's life. You don't know what their family lifestyle.
I've touched on that plenty of times as well. Simply disagreeing, they try to accuse you of hating. And obviously, we know it's been exposed. That's just a tactic to silence folks. We all know it's BS. It's total BS. But anyway, let's continue.
Consist of, you have children like mine who is Muslim and I'm Christian, and everyone would think, they would never believe that of her, right? Because the way she looks, or according to Miss Cyrus, she's too pasty white.
Ma'am, we're not allowed to use names. If you have something you'd like to discuss about a specific person, you can call the superintendent or leave your info for her to call you tomorrow.
Why are we not allowed to discuss names? Why am I not allowed when they purposely themselves expose themselves on social media, talking about calling for the death of a former president?
Yeah, that's weird. Why can't you use the person's name? Like, I kind of weird. Seems like another way to pull some BS and kind of hide. You know? Oh yeah, I can do this because I know they can't actually say my name in those meetings, so I'm just gonna do it anyway because they can't directly call me out. Nah, we gonna say your name. Everybody will know. Love what this lady's doing here.
Or saying that any child that doesn't believe in Black Lives Matter should be canceled out. Is this what my tax dollars is paying for? You're teaching my children and other children that if they believe in God Almighty, they're part of a cult. These educators put their own names out there. We have Mr. Barry, who took it upon himself with Miss Cyrus to create a curriculum.
That should be it.
Do you want the proof? I have the proof. You created a curriculum of Black Panther indoctrination.
Look. Look, Mr. Barry. He was like, that should be it. You can see him in the back like, got it. She said my name now. She said my name. She's calling me out. We cannot have this. She's calling me out. Nah, stand there and take it.
Curriculum.
That should be it.
Do you want himself with Miss Cyrus to create a curriculum?
That should be it.
Do you want the proof? I have the proof. You created a curriculum of Black Panther indoctrination.
Ma'am,
You use taxpayers' dollars.
can I ask you one more time? I have no issue hearing what you have to say, but
Why can we not let the public speak? Why can't we let the public know that you're teaching our children to go out and murder our police officers?
That
Do
is
you
not-
want the proof? I have the proof. Is that what scares you, the proof? That a parent actually standing up against all of you?
A parent standing up doesn't scare them. Them being called out directly does. You know, that's why they have that name policy. You can't say names. And I mentioned that earlier. Oh, you can stand up there and say whatever you want to say, but nobody knows exactly who said or did exactly what it is that you're speaking about. But the moment that you start singling out people, Barry or Miss whatever said earlier, that's when they have an issue. Because now the public knows exactly who did it, exactly who's behind it. And I'm glad that she brought up receipts. We got to start doing more of that because these people need to be exposed.
Is that what scares you, to call out the names of these people? You work for me. You're emotionally
Talk that
abusing
talk.
our children and mentally abusing them. You're demoralizing them by teaching them communist values. This is still America, ma'am.
I have no problem having a peaceful discussion. This is not a peaceful discussion.
No, that's your opinion. See, here we go again. This is peaceful. To me, this is peaceful.
Well,
I'm not burning, looting, and murdering. This is peaceful.
I did not accuse you of that.
This whole cancel culture, you're silencing the children. Where are their rights? They have no rights. Because if they don't believe in the indoctrination, the demonic, twisted, sneaky, vile acts and education, if you call.
And she's got a great point too. That's another thing. I'm sorry, I keep pausing it, but hey, she's doing a fantastic job right now. She's doing a fantastic job. But I will make this point really, really quickly. She's got a great point. She is being peaceful. You know, because if you compare it to what they were doing before out in the streets, burning and looting buildings, I mean, calling out some people, that seems pretty peaceful to me. And if you say no, I think you sound like a hypocrite. But anyway, let's continue on.
Call it that you're teaching our children. They don't agree with that. They're either homophobic, they're part of a cult, they're racist. What's racist? Who defines racist? Why? Because do you know what race I am? You're judging and dividing. You're causing segregation. Everything that we fought for, everything that I fought for years. So you have the right to stand here and tell me I'm not allowed to mention a name when the person, the Mr. Barry and Miss Cyrus themselves, you have ELA teachers giving out assignments on police murder. Police are bad? You want the proof?
Okay.
Because we have it.
So
What policy do you have that teachers
You can hear him whispering, you have to stop her.
are not allowed to go on social media and indoctrinate? They took an oath, a responsibility, and they're going against everything that they stand for.
you're making general assumptions.
No, I'm not making assumptions. I'm not.
because you
I
just-
know what I'm speaking about. See,
know what?
I don't
I'm not-
agree
I'm not
with you,
gonna
so it's an
engage.
assumption.
Well, I'm not going to engage in a back and forth with you about this. So if you would like to make an appointment, I would be happy to sit with the superintendent.
I don't
and have
want to. The
conversation.
superintendent, the assistant superintendent already sent an email and stated that they had no idea that these books were being put in the students' hands. I have a problem when teachers are passing.
Yeah, I wouldn't take a one-on-one meeting either. Nah, bump that. I want a meeting out in public. I want everybody to see. I don't want no meeting behind closed doors where, you know, it's a hint, hint, wink, wink. Nah. F that. I want everybody to see that you're a fraud and I'm going to expose you. That's why you want me to have that personal meeting. Nah, you ain't about to slide by. See, they think they slick.
Out flyers, recruiting children to go to the courthouse to protest Black Lives Matters when you have people sitting with signs that says all cops are bastards. Really? All cops are bastards? No, I think you people are, because the way you're acting and the way you're treating our children and our police officers and making them believe that it's okay to abuse them, I'll be damned if I'm going to sit here and let you do that. No, I will become your worst nightmare, because I'm going to stand here and keep fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting. Everyone out there heard me. Whether they agree or they don't, they're going to start looking into it. And now you're exposed. That's all. It's going to end. This indoctrination and hatred towards our police officers, this systematic racism and cancel culture, it's going to end. You came to the wrong school district to do this, okay? Thank you.
Ooh. We need more parents like this, baby. We need more of them. Oh, don't you just love to see that? That gets me excited. That gets me real excited. Man. Love that kind of stuff, man. Love that stuff. Stand up and expose them. Stand up and expose them. I don't care about you saying that I can't mention names. I'm still going to mention your name. Barry. Oh man, that was fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. But let's jump into this next video where a teacher now is apparently exposing the agenda once again. Let's dive into it.
It's not just Biden's policies that are causing people to second guess their allegiance to the Democrat Party. It's also because of everything the left has come to embrace. Now, 2 nights ago, we showed you shocking undercover video from a teacher in Santa Barbara, California. She bravely brought to light this vile racializing of her school curricula and what the school district was trying to hide from the parents, by the way, on what was a password-protected portal.
I want to show
Sneaky.
you what's being concealed from the parents in the Santa Barbara Unified School District. Inclusive curriculum lessons, there's collections, the LGBTQ heritage, gender inclusive biology, educate and celebrate. There's activism, the youth advocate toolkit, preschool, grade school,
What the
and secondary resources.
I'll say this really quickly. I think this is all being done intentionally to demasculate the population and also to dumb down the population. Because when you're not teaching reading, writing, science, and math, and you're teaching woke stuff, well, I mean, like, there's really no learning there, right? And I know some people are going to try to twist this and say, oh, well, you hate this group over here. And obviously we know that's not the case. Once again, it's just another tactic to silence folks. I said nothing hateful. All I'm saying is kids don't need to be learning about genders and all this woke stuff in school. If they want to do like an after school program, voluntarily, sure. All right, cool, whatever. Do your thing. But during school hours, kids should be learning about school subjects and topics. That stuff doesn't belong in schools during school hours. Like, I don't understand why that would even be controversial. But once again, I think it's intentionally being pushed to demasculate the population. Because obviously it's easier to control a population when there's less masculine or less masculinity, right? That's why the whole toxic masculinity movement was pushed out there, in my humble opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Y'all talk to me in the comment section. But then also, like I said, to dumb down the population. It's easier to control people who just aren't very intelligent. What do y'all think? Let me know.
Well, that courageous teacher, Christy Lozano, saw our segment and agreed to come on tonight. Christy, thanks for being with us. Have you gotten any blowback since we helped you expose this nationwide?
Yeah.
Not really. I've had a lot of positive feedback for
Wow.
the most part.
I'm
I'm
shocked.
sure people are thinking things, but I haven't had too much, so that's good.
Well, California is obviously extremely liberal. I spend quite a
Yes.
bit of time, believe it or not. I'll come visit you in Santa Barbara, so I know it pretty well. But I think at this point they've gone so far left. I say this, they've left America. That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
So I want to play more of your video where you expose this racialized lesson plan. Watch.
105 things white people can do for racial justice. White people do something. It's basically defunding the police and a new, smarter approach to public safety. It says to donate to BLM, make small crimes legal, do not support prisons, and reduce prison sentences.
I guarantee you the people or the person that wrote this crap does not live in the areas that need police the most. There's some rich person that lives in a nice neighborhood, possibly in a gated community that doesn't have to deal with the repercussions of not having police. Guarantee it. Guarantee it. I have yet to see. Now, maybe there is a person out there. Maybe there are some outliers. There typically is, right? But the exception doesn't make the rule. For the most part, when you talk to an abundance of people in these areas that need police the most, for example, if you go to black people in some of these low income areas and you ask them, how do you feel if we just got rid of the police around here? They would look at you like you have 10 eyes. Like, what the? what the fuck are you? Like, are you crazy? Are you stupid or are you dumb? You know? There's no other option saying something like that, because they know the reality of that. They have to live it. That's part of the thing that really irks me when I see stuff like this. I'm like, these people making this stuff don't have to deal with the repercussions of it. If you write a policy like this, you have to live in a low income area where the cops are needed the most. So when the cops are gone, you have to deal with the same issues everybody else does. That's what I propose. How do y'all feel about it?
Christy, who's behind these lesson plans? Do the teachers, for the most part, endorse this?
Some
Do they
high-paid
resist
rich
it?
person.
And what about the parents?
Well, who's behind the lesson plans? They've hired somebody to come in and write these plans. I think they just hired him this year. And I think they come from other areas where they have done the same things, maybe even taken over the school district in other areas like San Francisco, Salinas. And the teachers, a lot of the teachers do endorse it. Some go along with it because they think it's the trend, and you're made to feel bad if you don't, and if you don't, go along, be politically correct or whatever they want to say. And in Santa Barbara, they've been doing teacher trainings for us for the last 10 to 15 years, where they've pretty much indoctrinated the teachers to then indoctrinate the students. And even during those trainings, I knew something was wrong. So I've known that for a long time. I just didn't know what.
So it becomes a self-selecting group of people who would want to teach this, crap. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, most
Yes.
teachers, the people who taught me were just great teachers, men, women, young, old. They were amazing public school teachers. I can't imagine any of them would have ever tolerated being told you have to teach basically woke activism. It wasn't called woke back then, but basically left-wing activism. They wouldn't have done it.
I feel the same way, and I spoke about this previously. I can never recall a time, well, only once. Only one time I can recall a time where I met one of my teacher's significant others, or I knew anything even remotely about my teacher's, personal relationship. Only once. And it had nothing to do with anything weird. One of my teachers, I want to say it was like my first grade teacher, her husband drove a semi-truck. And so he brought the semi-truck up to the school, and all of us little kids went out and looked at the semi-truck. And obviously, as a little kid, you're looking at this giant vehicle, and all like, wow, look how big this thing is, And he would honk the horn and stuff like that. But that was as far as it went. She never mentioned the guy any time after that. It was about actually learning school subjects and topics.
Yeah, they make you believe. It's very manipulative. I call it psychological warfare. And it's hard to understand because it's manipulation. They'll lie to your face. They'll tell you that this is the right thing to do. They'll make you feel bad if you don't do it. And so people go along with it for fear of standing out, for fear of being different. But and for fear, and it's a real fear because there's retaliation. I've been retaliated on for speaking up for quite a while now. So, but I'm not the type that moves away from danger. I move towards it. I'm a veteran of the U.S. Air Force, and that's what I've been taught. So
Thank you for your
and I
service.
protect kids. Kids are why I teach. I love kids, and I will protect them. And I will go down fighting if I need to.
Well, Christy, it's turning child against child, which is just a terrible, terrible thing to do. Children tend to see the world as a colorblind place unless you stoke that kind of thinking in them. And it's super sad and super counterproductive. Thank you for speaking out, Christy. Keep us informed and encourage more teachers to do the same. And we're going to do our part nationwide. Thank you so much.
So there you have it. The woke agenda being exposed, not only by a teacher, but by a concerned mother, which was fantastic to see. And like I said, man, we need more people like that. we also need more sane-minded folks to be on these school boards, right? As I've been going through this journey, I've been learning a lot about, everything. And I feel like smaller things like that kind of get looked over a lot, right? Because we're so infatuated with the big stuff, the nationwide stuff, right? The governors and the senates, and we're not really, I feel like a lot of people, not everyone, but I feel like a lot of people aren't really paying close attention to like who's on the school board, like smaller stuff like that actually makes a difference, right? Or same-minded folks aren't truly trying to be in those positions. And I understand. I don't think those positions are paid very well, and I feel like it could be kind of a hassle to life. But I mean, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do, right? We gotta protect the kids, and apparently these school board leaders, man, they are out of hand, to say the least. To say the least. This stuff is just absolutely crazy. But y'all let me know what you thought about this one in the comment section below. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button before you go. Peace and love. I'm out.